Good morning, everyone. My name's Amy. I'm from TriTel Networks, and we're going to do a training today on the Zultys Zip 45G phone. There is a user sheet that goes along with this, and I will go down that user sheet. But before I get into that, I do like to give you just a little bit of information about the phone itself. So first of all, we have different kinds of buttons on the phones. On the display, you've got buttons up and down either side and then along the bottom. The buttons that are down the sides of the display are buttons that we've pre-programmed to be specific things like your line keys, buttons that call other people's phones, your speed dials, those kinds of things. The buttons that are along the bottom are what we call soft keys, and their function changes based on what you're doing. So if I were to press the menu key, for example, the button under menu, remember this isn't a touch screen, we're going to press the button under menu. Now I get status, features, settings, and this button becomes exit. So I can use the navigation keypad here to scooch down, say, into settings, and then press the OK button to go into that. Now the X key underneath is the backup button, and that will back you up one step. It will also end a call. If you were on a call and you wanted to end that call, you could just press the X button for that. All right, so let's go ahead and go down the user sheet. The first thing on the user sheet is volume control. Right under the X key, this button here, this is your volume control key. It controls your speakerphone volume, your handset volume, and your ringer volume, just depending on what the phone is doing. So if the phone is idle, it's the ring volume, and you just touch to change that volume. Same thing if you're actually on the handset or on the speakerphone. Redial is the next thing on the sheet. The redial button is this key here. When we press the redial key, it does show us calls that we have placed out. We can easily see that in the display. It says placed calls. Also the little icons next to the telephone numbers. If the arrow points out, it's an outbound call. It does keep 100 numbers in here, and you can use the navigation pad like we did before to scroll down to any number that you wanted. Now this information, we might need to get some more information than what I can see here. So for example, I want to get maybe a name for this telephone number here. If I press the OK button while that's highlighted, it will show me whatever information we have here in the system. I can see now name, number, date and time, and also duration is under there if you scooch down to that. So you can absolutely dial from the call log when we're looking at the screen like this. After we've pressed OK, the send button is here in the screen, as well as the pound key will always send. If we back up to that other menu, you do have the send key and the pound sign there as well to be able to make those calls out. You can also use the over navigation key to see other types of calls. So when we scoot over one, we see missed calls, and you can see the little icon for that is a check mark arrow. Scooch over to all calls, which brings everything together. So again, those arrows are really important when you're looking with all calls, forwarded calls, and then received calls are the choices we have there. So that is the redial and call history functionality. Speakerphone is the next thing on the sheet. This is your speaker key here. You don't have to press the speakerphone button if you're going to be making a call. You can just start to dial something and it automatically, you see that speaker light come on, it automatically goes to speakerphone. If you have a call on the handset and you want to put it on the speakerphone, just press that speaker key, handset goes down, and now we're on the speakerphone. Okay, really simple there. Next thing, to answer a call, pretty easy. When the phone rings, you're going to pick it up. It does also give you an answer soft key here. Okay, so I can just press that answer soft key to be able to pick that up or lift the handset, whichever you prefer. Mute, the mute key is this guy here when we're on a call. We get on a call, I can use that mute key simply by pressing the button. It does turn red when the call is muted, and you see mute here in the display. Mute, again, is where you can hear what's going on, but they can't hear you. To put a call on hold, again, we're going to use these soft key options that come up in the display. The hold key is the second one over. When I press the hold key, it changes to the word resume. I see hold in the display. If I want to get that call back again, I can press the resume key, or you notice now my line 1 key is flashing, and I can also answer it by pressing that key. So either way there. One thing I do want to point out about the hold function is that it is a personal function. So if I put a call on hold on my station, it's going to remain on hold on my station. I would not expect to be able to go to a phone down the hall and see my held call there. If we want to do a system-wide hold, instead of using the hold button, we're going to use the park key. And I'll get to that as we get down the sheet just a little further. Transfer is the next thing on the sheet. A couple different ways that we can transfer those calls. If you have buttons for people inside of the office, you can use those buttons to transfer the call. You do also see the word transfer above the first button here. So if I wanted to transfer this call using the transfer key, I would press the transfer key, dial whatever it is I'm going to transfer it to, maybe a telephone number, a 10-digit telephone number, maybe an extension number, whatever I would like. Then I can either press the B transfer, which is blind transfer, and that would send that call right away. Or if I don't want to do that, when I dial the extension number, I can actually call the extension by pressing the OK button. That way I could then announce that call. When I'm ready, I finish that by pressing the transfer key and off that call goes. So super easy. Again, we can use these buttons here, so let me show you that. Okay, call comes in. Instead of having to press the transfer key at all, if you've got a button programmed for that person, all you need to do is just press that button and off the call goes. So really, really easy when it comes to using these extra buttons up here on top. Transferring calls directly to voicemail. If you transfer a call to a person's extension, it will ring on their phone 4 or 5 times depending on the system settings and then go into their voicemail. But if you want to transfer it directly into voicemail, really super easy. You just press that transfer soft key that showed up in the display, type *86 plus the person's extension or their button. So really easy there. Easy way to remember *86, the number 8 has the letter V on it and the 6 has the M on it for voicemail. So you're transferring to *VM plus the mailbox number. Conference calls. To make a conference call is very easy as well. Let's go ahead and get a call here on the phone. So we've got our first call on the phone. We're going to use the conference key, which is over here on the side. So we'll press conference, then we're going to dial in something else. We always press send after we dial. Okay, I'm only now talking to the second person here, and to join that together, I would just press that conference button, and you can see now that I have 2 members in that conference. All right, so we just completed our conference call. Let's talk about pickup. The pickup button shows up here in the display. Just remember that that pickup is set up on a per system basis. So you may have a pickup group that includes your whole company. You may have a pickup group that just is a small group, like a customer service group or something like that. However, the pickup groups have been assigned. You just have to press that pickup group, that pickup key, and it will answer a call that's ringing on any of the phones in the group. Another nice thing about this system is we've got these soft keys here, these DSS keys. They flash when you call someone. So if I were to call Jay, for example, I see that button here flashing, and I can answer that call by simply pressing the button. So that's how you can do pickup also. Park is the next function. So we talked already about the hold key and that we were going to use the park key if we wanted to do a system-wide hold. So let's do that. So we've got our call here. So remember, we've got our plain hold key, which is personal, or the park key. So if we press the park key here, or one of the 2 buttons up on top, it doesn't matter which, that's going to tell you where that call is parked. Now, every single phone in your system will have the same park keys. You might see park 1, you might see park 100, park 10. Depending on how large your system is, you might see a different park number here, but all the phones in your system will have the same park numbers on them. When you park a call, that light starts to flash there. Super easy to pick it up from any phone. Just press that flashing button and you've got the call. The next thing on the sheet is paging. Depending on the system that you have, you may be paging through the telephones, you may be paging through overhead speakers. A lot of times we'll program a page button on the phone here. If you don't have a page button but do have paging activated, the feature code for that is *4 plus the page number. By default, it starts with 01. So at our office, it's *401. Always press send, remember.
Paging announcement after the tone.
Okay, and after that tone, you would then be paging over however that is configured. The next thing on the sheet is call recording. Call recording is more easily done in the software, but if you don't have the software, we can also turn on a feature that allows you to actually do call recording using the USB stick in the back. If you would like to be able to use that call recording, please let us know and we'll get it turned on for you in your system. The very last thing that I will tell you about this is we've got 1, 2 on the display here. That means I have 2 pages of programmed information there. Just because I only have 8 keys on the front screen doesn't mean that I might not have some more buttons. So I can use this last key here as a page changer. So when I push that button, now I've moved over to the second page. If I had, I can have up to 3 pages of programmed information. So you can have lots of speed dials and things like that programmed. That's pretty much everything I had for you guys today. So good luck using your phones. And if you have any questions, please reach out to customer service@tritel.com. Thanks so much and have a nice day.